What's up, everybody? This is Frank White 81 coming back with another tutorial, gradient mesh. Today we will be working on hair. And for all the new people that didn't see my last tutorial, uh, you bring your image in for file place, bring it into a layer. I got mine on my bottom layer. And also check the template button and dim your images to 100%. And I already got a layer created for the hair. Got hair main. The color is red. It's gonna be red outline so you can see through the black. So basically, I come through and I take a rectangle tool like last time, and I turn it. I try to shape it to where I'm gonna get the best shapes out of it. So it will flow down. And I'm gonna shape this tool once I put the mesh point in the middle. I'm gonna shape it around it. So I'm gonna just curve it, go to the edge, and bring this point down somewhere around the middle. I mean, it might look funny now, but I'm gonna go back and fix all these jagged lines. Don't matter how it looks when you're creating it, as long as you get it right when you're working on it. Yeah. Got one more line up here. I'm gonna zoom out so I can get in there. So I'm gonna imagine that this line would be around here. Possibly not. Bring it down a bit. So something like that. That's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna make our own hair since we can't see the full shape. But that's okay. Sometimes you have to improvise. I know, yeah, this photo is from Neon Lindsay on DeviantArt. She gave me permission to work with it, so see what I can do for her. Hopefully I could turn her beautiful photo into a beautiful art piece. So get in here and start. I'm gonna get my convert anchor point tool like I mentioned last tutorial. The anchor point tool, it allows you to move the handles on the mesh without moving both sides of the handle, and this comes in handy for many reasons. One, I mean, if you have to move one side and don't want the other side to go anywhere, that's the tool for you. I mean, and it also works with the pen tool. So, just in case you was curious about that. So I'm just trying to get these tight areas right here. Let me zoom back in so I can see exactly what's going on with the hair. And I'm not too worried right now. I could fix all this when I start adding my lines. Sometimes you gotta improvise. So I'm gonna go with a flat piece for now on the bottom. And here, just curve this about. And so you want to make sure your lines come in about where you want them. So this middle line will be my midpoint. I like to have a midpoint area so I can see what I'm doing when I'm making the mesh piece. So basically, I know if I'm halfway done or just to get an idea. Forgot to mention, If you want to go in Photoshop and play with the original image before you start vectoring it, go for it. I mean, you can add whatever you want to, whatever effects to the original photo, and basically, when you're coloring, you'll pick some of those things up. So I mean, I did slight color changes to from the original photo. Just basically, it's for my. I mean, no big deal. I mean, it's for my personal benefit. I changed the lighting. So, all right. It's just a little tip for you. So you still have freedom, but you have to do it with the original and not your actual vector piece, because if you do anything like that to a vector piece, it's no longer a vector. So no blurs or effects or anything. I know it might seem appealing at the beginning because this is kind of tedious and hard to do, but if you use any blurs or effects, you no longer, anything that rasterizes your image, you no longer have a vector piece. So, just a little knowledge for today. So, when you create the hair, you will have more lines, probably more lines than you want to see. I mean, I'm going to put my base lines down, and I'm going to add more later. But when I get in and start zooming in so I could get more detail out, it's gonna be a lot of lines. So you have to just have a good eye on what you're doing and have an idea of what you want to do, because it can get confusing. So I'm gonna do some of these. I'm gonna show you how many lines I am gonna put, and I'm gonna come back later when I'm further into it. So I just want you to get an idea of what I'm doing here. So I just line it up like so. Basically going with the shape, with the lines in the hair. So it's gonna draw color out. And so this one, I'm gonna start about here. Even though this whole piece is basically black up here, color, you'll pull color out of it. So I mean, once you start playing with the mesh and you start, I mean, it really gets in and gets detail out of the photo that you can't even see with your regular eye. So the horizontal lines aren't as, I don't have to have as many as I do with the vertical lines, but I need, wherever there is detail, I need to have something there. And as you see with the hair, unlike the arm tutorial yesterday, this is gonna get jumbled up, so you will have to zoom in probably about 1200% so you can see. Alright, that's my basic mesh for my hair. Like I said with the other tutorial, you want to start with less, but when you're working with hair, this is less. And as I zoom in, see the lines become separated, and I have more spaces to put more lines if needed. So, but this is my technique. I mean, you might find another technique that works for you. If you do, go with it. I mean, I played around with the mesh for about 2 years. My pictures with faces and bodies looked great, but my hair looked bad. So I took time and sat down and taught myself my own technique of doing hair, and this is basically it. So that's my basic mesh, and as I start filling in colors, the white will turn into whatever color I'm filling in. So just wanted you to see the have to just get a picture of what I'm doing. So you just take your pen tool, and before you start coloring, um, go to direct selection tool and go to your pen tool. So you could use the Apple key if you got a Mac, or a command key if you got a PC, and uh, hold it down to click on the mesh point, let it go to bring up your eyedropper. So now I need to get in rhythm and get it going. And this can take about, this piece can take about 30 minutes with all the dots. So that's why I'm gonna come back. And these parts right here where I got the black, I just draw black from this part. So basically I can do this. I can just take my marquee tool and select the color. So I know I got this line here, and I know where not to go over. So I already got that black. Later I might come in and add some highlights in there in this area here. So but right now I'm not going to worry about that. Got jumbled up points here. They're not taking, but that's fine. Now, if you ever run into a point that when you click on it, if it's too close to the point that's beside it, if you click on it and it don't work, just use your direct selection tool to select it. And you can just make the points that's too close to each other, just make them the same color. You can come back and fix it later. Whatever, everything you do here can be fixed. So I'm gonna go just as close as to this point. See, it already had color in it. And when I get through with this line, I'm gonna take it out of outline mode, put it in preview mode just to show you what I got. It's not gonna be much because it is just black in this area, but it might have a little detail in it. So I'm gonna hide this and I'm gonna put it in preview mode. So that's what I got so far. But I'm gonna keep going. You get to this part, I got some highlights in it.